And hello and welcome back to the channel. I am your host for the day, Bragi, the son of Magnar.
And I am Egil Thorsson.
Not the son of Thor, just in case folk are asking. You're not the son of Thor, are you?
It has been rumoured.
I know you're mighty strong.
Mummy did get around a bit.
And you do have some wisdom. Now, today we are here on a very, very warm day in the UK, a very rare treat. It's not raining for once.
That's why my hair looks like rat's tails.
Yes, and it's Vlog 29.
Who'd have thought it?
Who'd have thought it? Yes, one day that will be on a t-shirt. Coming to you soon.
Woof woof.
So, what are we going to talk about then? Let's talk about, we've done the intro.
Yeah.
So, what have I been up to?
What have you been up to?
Yeah, what have I been up to, folks? Well, I've been out in Derby a couple of times. I went out on a Tuesday for once, Tears Day.
Yeah.
So that was good. I had a couple of nice beers that day. I bought a nice book on demonic possession. I'm reading that at odd times in the morning. Yeah. I'm just quite interested in it because how would you see demonic possession back in the Dark Ages?
That's demonic possession.
Well, maybe so. And I think that'd be a subject once we read the book we'll talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
because it is an interesting subject.
Well, I mean, they speak about it in the Bible, but people today poo-poo it, but don't do to poo-poo such things. And
I bought another very good book on the history of Warwickshire, which I intend to read soon. I think it was $5.99. It was from 1889. I mean, £6 for a book that old.
Do you know what? There are some great bargains to be had
in
charity shops.
Yes.
Not just the books, and there's some cracking ones at that. But, I mean, that's my tailor, mostly. Clothes, shirts and things like that.
Well, yes, I mean, there was no equivalent of a charity shop back in the day, was there, you know?
The newest you got was the monasteries would have a hole in a door and they would leave bread and water or wine. Oh. And that was called the dole.
Oh.
Hence today you have the dole, of which I'm an exponent thereof.
So, just explain to what the dole is for the folks who are not watching, I don't know.
Welfare.
So I did not know that that dole is an old word. That's where it came from.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. The monasteries, they actually fulfilled quite a role. I mean, people think they're all guys with shaven heads and horsehair robes. They were, all right, you paid a tithe to the church, but not all of it was eaten by the monks. They would pass it around to those less fortunate. Churches as well, I mean, we see churches today as these stone edifices where you just go and do religious things. Come back to the medieval period, the outside of the church would have been painted and gilded. You go inside and it's more like the Into Centre, more like a shopping mall. Because you hold markets in there, there will be social occasions held. It's the focal point of your community. And it's a lot more than just religion, because that's how they get you in. And there are remains of artwork inside churches, but the weather, of course, have worn it away. With the Reformation, things changed.
Well, of course.
Hence you have an increase in the witch trials, things like that, because the Catholic Church covered a lot of problems that were there. So, yeah, you know. Don't I go on?
You do go on, and I'm just thinking now what to say next about what I've been doing. I've been working on the videos, naturally, to moving away from the church side of things. Naturally, we want to, being heathen. And so I've been doing that, working on some thumbnails. I've been working on some of the old tier care videos and updating those thumbnails. Very slowly disappearing from the channel.
Well, I mean,
you know,
time moves on.
Well, it does move on.
I mean, I'm not...
But we should be thankful for the work he did, and it's a pity those videos aren't in 4K.
Well, let's face it, he did get things...
Well, he did, yeah.
You two got it going. I mean, it's teamwork, as
of course
we said
so.
before, but I mean, I couldn't do any of this without you. And
of course, what I not mentioned is that I actually met him in Derby a couple of weeks ago, not long after I saw you.
Oh, right.
And I bumped into Egil Thorsson. He was just coming back from some shopping. And he had a couple of bags of shopping, and he looked good, and he was asking how everybody was, and asking how the channel was doing. Of course, he didn't talk about you. Move on quickly from that one.
I wonder why.
And I kind of bored him to death probably talking about the channel and how well we're doing, which you kind of got to blow your own trumpet, as I often say. So, yeah, so it was good. I said to him, you're welcome back to the channel anytime you want to do some content. You know where I am anyway. Not where you are. That's why I don't think he'll be phoning you up saying, can I come back on the channel? Well, you never know. So, yeah, it was good to see him. First time I've seen him since he left the channel, and I've already had about 5 or 6 texts from him.
So he actually spoke to you?
He did speak to me, yes. I didn't run away like he would do with you. as you can often see, the rumours are often heard across Northworthy. Anyway.
If you had a pan of boiling water, he'd have thrown it over me.
So I've been updating some of the old videos, making new thumbnails and updating the metadata. When I mean metadata, I basically mean the title, the description and the meta tags. So, and I've also managed to subtitle at least 2 videos recently.
Great stuff.
So I think around about 97 or 94% of our videos aren't subtitled. So it takes a long time. A 3.5 minute video took me about an hour.
Perhaps Tom could help you out.
Well, anybody can help with the subtitling. On our videos, anybody who's a subscriber can go and subtitle our videos. You can even go and suggest titles and descriptions. I don't know how it works. I assume you do one. You fill in a title description and you send it to me in a suggestion. And I look at it. Because nobody's ever done that, I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, that's it. What have you been up to, then, in the last couple of weeks?
Well, I've been sweating like crazy because this weather is appalling.
Well, last week it was cold.
It's not meant for little round chaps like me.
Oh, dear.
Well, I was speaking to my sister at Saturdays. Went to York, actually, this Saturday gone.
Oh, did you? Who with?
My friend Anthony.
Hello, Anthony.
Yeah, hi, Anthony. We had a good look round. You can tell it's school holidays.
Oh, yeah. He's not appeared on the channel yet, has he?
I don't think he has.
No.
But he's willing.
He's more than happy to join.
Well, fighting especially is his thing. But he's got a...
busy lifestyle.
He's got a job 5 days a week. And as I say, it's the first time I've seen him in a while. My sister-in-law, unfortunately, is very ill. She's got Alzheimer's.
Oh, dear. Same with my dad.
Yeah.
Not nice.
But life goes on.
It does.
And I saw Rob on Saturday night. Hi, Rob.
For the folks at home, who is Rob?
Rob Napier.
Hello.
You could say a lot or you could say nothing. He's been a big buddy of mine for years. And as I say, he lives in Leicester. Also, another shout out to you, Pete Cabalis. That's Rob's next door neighbour, very nice chap. And we talk about guitars and
medals. Oh, right.
He's got a great collection actually of guitars. But anyway, so we've been doing that. I sold a two display cabinets. So we're eating this week.
Oh, right.
Nice bit of cheese.
You should have said I was after some display cabinets. Would you give me a better price?
I've got one left. If you want it.
Oh, we sort something out when I got transport.
Yeah, it's about yay long.
Are you downsizing?
What it is, I've had them and I have to store them on my freezer. And it's a real pain in the neck. Every time I want something out the freezer, I've got to move these cabinets. Well, all my stuff is secured elsewhere. They are redundant, and so it's just a pain. You know how it is. So yeah, I'll talk to you later off camera about it. Any time. But apart from that, I think that's sort of really what I've been doing.
You've been doing a bit of research, haven't you?
I've been doing research about Norwich, which is quite interesting, down at the local library.
Yeah, we'll find you something else to research this week.
Oh, bless.
Well, you've got to do your fair share.
But
I can't do it all.
It's weird, when you look on the website, some of them are very detailed and others not.
Yeah.
This one on Norwich is more like a menu, which was what I
mean, this is where research is different. As an academic, which you are, you should never really rely on one site or Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As an amateur, I can rely on Wikipedia because I'm an amateur. But you can see the point there. You've always got to cross your information and check it.
What they say is compare and contrast. Basically, look at the Anglo Saxon Chronicles. Go on Wikipedia, which is mostly quotes from the Anglo Saxon.
Yes.
But the trouble is, the Anglo Saxon Chronicles, you could have 3 different versions.
Of course, you can.
And it's just the same of it. You know, it's the way it's edited. Mine is edited by Anne Savage. Got back in 1986. So.
Yes, well, at some point, now that we are affiliated with Amazon, we'll start putting in 1 or 2 links to these books.
So, would you like to explain to the viewers actually what Amazon affiliation
Well, affiliation is just another way how you can support a channel. So what I intend to do in the future is update all the video descriptions with basically the equipment we use. Because after all, you know, putting on books and stuff isn't a massive amount of income. But the biggest cost of any YouTube channel is your equipment. It's your camera, your tripod. So we're going to put links to them on the videos.
Right.
And we're not going to sell it, you know, we're not going to keep going and bamming it down your throat because that's not what we're like. You know, we're just going to now and again mention it. And I think in the vlog series, we will get into photography more and talking about hacks and tricks of photography.
Yeah.
But also we're going to review the products we use so that you guys can know what cameras and equipment you use. And if you like what we're using, go click on the link and go and buy it. And then what happens with affiliation? So let's say you got somebody who's decided to go and buy our camera rig.
Yeah.
They spend £2,000. So Amazon get the £2,000, but we get 12% back.
All right, so
you're basically doing nothing really.
It's a commission.
Yeah, basically, you're middlemen. But
once you have actually promoted a product, so you're getting a cut.
But at the moment, we need to. We're going to do some review videos of some of the equipment we use, because I think that'd be quite handy to do that.
Also, a bit different as well.
Because we're also going. Let's say we review the Gorilla tripod thing. From the perspective of myself, I know a lot about photography and equipment, but you don't. So it's going to be very interesting to get your perspective on the equipment as well. And I think that'll give those videos a better balance.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's a massive part. Photography is a massive part of a channel and video photography. So let's not ignore it.
Well, I mean, the whole thing, you know, the internet and everything else is bigger than... It's as big as Caxton and his printing press.
Right, like I said, 360,000 videos a day get published to YouTube. And we have to be seen in that. And you can understand why it's so hard and why a lot of people give up. But another thing we will talk about in the future is how to be successful on YouTube. Because, you know, you don't do 2 years of this. I mean, you're coming up to your... you've just done your first year. And next year will be your second year. You pick up a lot of information. And I'm pretty sure we can talk about how to do YouTube and how to be successful on YouTube.
Like everything else, you've got to know your business. I mean, I'm used to acting. I've done films, television, videos, but this is a different kind. It's not a combination of film and theatre.
Well, yes.
You have to speak up. I've got a very quiet voice, believe it or not.
But you're not being Egil.
No.
Egil should be a louder character. Because definitely when I edit your videos, some days I can't tell you're breathing from some of your quiet bits. So sorry. Occasionally I won't be editing bits of what you say out. Not because I'm deliberately doing it, it's because you're just a bit quiet.
Oh, Mitchell, no!
But this is the problem when you don't edit your own videos, you don't see that on a daily basis when you edit. So you don't get that perspective of saying, well, yeah, I actually do need to speak up a bit more so that... Because some days when you are quiet, you're very quiet. And so...
You know me, I'm a shy, retiring little man.
No. So, well, I think we'll move on from that.
Okay.
I've had a bit of an update. Things are going well on the channel. We're quite enjoying the Monday series, aren't we?
Certainly are.
This week, well, it won't be this week, but it'll be 2 weeks since we recorded this, since this will be published. We did the Viking conversion. And I think next week I'm going to publish the video from Chiita, who's now called Sven. So, hello, Sven.
Hi, Sven.
Goodbye, Chiita.
It's easier to remember than Chiita,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Yes, but they're going to see one more question coming up from Chiita.
Okay.
Because we did a question for them. So,
Right.
so that's good. And the Wednesday Rune series is going well.
Yeah.
#Rune Wednesday is what
Yeah.
we call it.
Well, you know, there's so much for us to go into that there's years of work. Yeah.
Oh, years.
I've got ideas coming up for the next one, and we'll see how that goes.
Right, we're going to get to the point now. I've got 3 more subjects to talk about. And the next one is very briefly, crime and punishment in the age of the Saxons. What
Yeah.
was it like?
Well, there was no official police force, or what you had was called the hue and cry. If you saw somebody committing a crime, you got a whole bunch of guys together chasing them through the street until you got them. Okay, you've got them, so what? Punishment. Now, this is peculiar, I think, to the Saxons. If you think the average village is about the size of a school class, everybody knows everybody, and consequently, if a stranger appears and something starts happening, it's a pretty sure thing that this stranger has done it. So you had trial by ordeal. Now, if you're a woman and there was one thing missing, they would put a stone in a cauldron with boiling water before the altar of the church. She'd have to stick her hand into the water up to the wrist. If it was more than one thing, it'd have to be up to the elbow. Withdrawn, wrapped up. 3 days later, unwrap it. If it's septic, she's guilty. With a man, you have a wooden trough by the altar in the church. You heat up an iron bar of metal. They have to hold it, walk 13 steps, and put, not throw, the iron bar in the wooden trough. Again, bound up. If you were septic after 3 days, guilty. Now that seems very, very harsh, and it is. But having said that, you're living in a small community and things start going missing, it's a serious do.
Of course so.
So there's that. Also, if you had somebody who committed a crime against you, you could wait outside the door, and you waited, and you waited, and basically you took the law into your own hands. We will be covering this, I think,
in a much longer video.
Yeah.
This is just a brief introduction, because we don't have a lot of time in the vlog to talk long on these subjects.
But we do know also that fines were imposed. King Alfred brought in a series of things. It's like, if you carry a spear awkwardly and you take someone's eye out, there's a fine. And you've got to carry it in a certain way. And as a result...
Same with the peace tie.
Oh, yeah.
Egil does talk about the peace tie.
Now, imagine you're in a situation, bit of drink there, and somebody comes across being unpleasant, you draw your sword. Now, from then on, you're committed. However, peace ties, it's what the name infers. You tie up your sword before you go in the old tavern. He says something, I can't draw my sword. I've actually got to stop and undo the tag, by which time hopefully someone's intervened and calmed the situation down. And at the moment that's it, we've got it. So it's a matter of calming things down. Now, we do hear of women referred to as peace weavers. I'll just hand that back to you. And that is, you see it in fights in round towns today. Two blokes having a go, a woman comes between them and says, "Oi, calm down. Now, the pair of you." She's settling it down, she's diffusing the situation. And in the Viking times, Saxon times, this could lead, if not done, to a blood feud. A late lecturer, tutor of mine, wrote a book called Blood Feud. And that went on for 60 years. And it causes no end of problems because innocent people...
Oh yes, just read the sagas. Egil Saga.
Even if you think about in America in the 19th century...
Well, of course so.
The McKinleys and...
McCoys.
They actually fell out from what I gather.
I think that's right.
Yeah, over a pig, wasn't it?
Well, something like that.
I know it was something trivial, but that went on for ages.
The TV show was good.
Well, I heard it on, of all things, American Pickers. People going around looking for stuff.
They're good, those two.
Yeah.
Because they're very reasonable people and don't rip people off.
Well, they're fair. They'll tell them if they're undercharged.
They're not like salvage hunters. Anyway, moving on from that.
I don't even want to go there. Okay.
So
now-
the next thing we're going to talk about, and this is an important subject. Last time in the vlog we talked about mental health and mental awareness, mental well-being. And today we're going to talk about bullying.
Very
And why is
interesting.
it bad? And was it practiced 1,000 years ago or more?
Bullying has been practiced since the first caveman and his cave. It's wrong.
It is wrong.
And bullies do it because they get away with it.
Yes.
And anybody out there who is being bullied, and I'm not just talking about physical one-to-one, but cyberbullying.
Mental bullying.
Tell somebody.
Yes.
Do not suffer. People are bullies and unpleasant because people allow them to be. Stand up and say no. Doesn't matter who you are or what you do. That's your life, and nobody has the right to intimidate or hurt you.
No, of course not, no.
So speak out. Doesn't matter what others say. What does it matter? They're nothing. You matter. Don't let them get away with it. It's one of the things I find particularly unpleasant
Yes.
in a society. And then, if for those of you who are bullying out on the internet,
Shame on you.
Shame on you. You should be ashamed. It shows that you're nothing,
Nothing.
and that means you probably need help more than the
Yeah.
people.
But you can
bully.
rise, you become better, and you can stop doing those bad things and treat people better. You know, treat people how you ought to be treated. That's my philosophy in life.
That's what my dad
You know?
told me. Yeah, and
Now, was you bullied at school?
no.
No. I was bullied at school.
I was a big lad. If anybody started,
I was bullied for about 3 years by my best friend James. And he found bullying a way to be funny and to be popular. But I fought back, and I've always taught to fight back, and I fought back as hard as I could, and I used the negativity of the bullying and I turned it into a positivity to make myself stronger. I would not give in. And you should never give in, should you?
No, I turned my bully into a casualty.
Yeah, well,
Because
it's not always
don't take it.
but it's not always recommended to go say that on a YouTube channel.
No.
I mean, it's not good. We live in a violent life and times. You only got to see how many people get stabbed these days.
It's different times.
Yes,
when I lived.
but it's of course so. People in your day had more respect for your elders. Plus, you did something wrong, you got the cane or backhand from your local copper policeman. But would you class trolls as bullies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody who forces somebody or mocks somebody because of the way they look or the way they act or the race is a bully.
We had a troll on the channel a couple of weeks ago. It was somebody from Derby. They had a quite demonic look in the profile picture. And yet again, they never have any subscribers or any videos or any content. And they basically...
I wonder who that could be.
No, it wasn't... No, I don't know who it was, but basically someone was saying that one of the videos I told was really rubbish. But they never really said it was my telling was rubbish, or never said it was the tale was rubbish. And to be fair, it was the one video on the channel that has music on, and the music is too loud, to be fair. And whenever I get anybody like that, I just say, well, thank you very much for your comment and welcome to the channel. Because I'd be nice, because by being nice, you beat them. Right. And I think that's another approach.
Yeah, I mean,
Be better.
There is a story about Buddha.
Yeah.
Buddha had been preaching, was under his tree with his acolytes, and a priest came up and started giving them garb. He was really offensive.
Yes.
After a while, he walked away. And his acolyte said, Master, why did you take this? And he said, what if somebody gave you a present and you didn't accept it? Who would that present belong to? What I get from that is an insult is an insult if you choose to make it so.
Well, of course so.
But that doesn't give licence for people to do
And
that.
I think your message is the right one, is that talk to somebody, share that problem. And I often say that use shame. Shame the bully, because shame is a very powerful tool. And nobody wants to feel ashamed of what they've done.
And also, they've probably got problems that need
Well, of course so.
addressing, so.
You know.
But I'll say it again. Don't suffer in silence.
No.
Tell somebody. Because if you leave it, like a wound, it festers. And we've heard...
And don't go down the route of anger, because that will lead to hate. It is far better than life to show love, because love conquers everything, I believe.
And don't go into this self-harming stuff.
No.
Because that's not on. You have a right to your life. You have a right to live it the way you want to. and go and tell somebody. It doesn't matter who, so long as you tell them.
Yeah, and we're there for you,
Yeah.
aren't we, Egil?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to move on from this and end this vlog just talking about leather jerkins and gambesons. So, Egil, over to you before the camera dies and we need to stop filming.
First thing to do is to say, what is a leather jacket?
A jerkin.
And what is a gambeson? This, I think you'll agree, is a leather jerkin.
Yeah, I made that some years ago. And I have the pattern. Anybody wants a pattern?
And that's one thickness of leather. And for everyday wear.
Not finished yet.
However, a gambeson. This is different kettle of fish. This is padded jacket.
Yeah.
It's worn underneath mail.
Yes.
And can be done up, as you can see, with a series of buckles at the back.
Yes, if I remember, I will try to take some photographs, but I'm not guaranteeing that.
We're definitely not putting it on today because it's hotter.
Too hot.
Hotter than a chili.
We've demonstrated in a combat video how to put it on.
Yeah, but that's the difference between a gambeson. You see these channels? These are originally stuffed with sheep's fleece.
Yes, that's correct. Compacted.
Yeah, and it's a hard job actually. You've got to have a stick.
There's an awful lot of sewing involved in one of these.
A lot of sewing because if you could see here, you get outer leather, which is pretty tough.
That's pig's skin.
And there you've got linen.
Yes, it is linen.
But you imagine trying to wang a needle through that. You're going to need. Today we'd use a pair of pliers. In the past, I have no
Well,
idea.
they had ply design, so if you had the money, you can make one. Yes, they could have one.
Well, again, this is a status thing because most people would have bone needles, and a bone needle, I doubt, would pierce pigskin.
You need a much thicker bone needle for that, but you'll probably use an awl, a metal awl to make a hole first, Egil.
Yeah. But there you go. There's the difference.
And why would you wear one? What protection would this give you?
Against blunt force trauma, you have this underneath. Male shirt will stop at a sharp edge, but the force is still transmitted through the mail into your body. This diffuses it, and he's wrapping it up nice and neat.
One thing a re-enactor should always learn is how to pack and look after their equipment. So, I don't always like to roll that up and normally leave it flat.
So anyway, I hope that's answered your questions there.
We are going to talk more on leather jerkins, gambesons and mail in a further video because I think it deserves a much longer chat. So
Absolutely.
Watch out for that, folks, in the future. So I think it's about time we round up this vlog 29. Who'd have thought it? Great minds think alike. And any final words from the wise wisdom of Egil?
Well, the topics we've covered are quite fun.
Yes.
But getting back on bullying, don't accept it.
No.
Say no. And that's it. Tell somebody. If you're being bullied, tell somebody. There are organisations out there to help you. There are people out there who will stop it. And let's have this as a motto. Bullying, stop it.
Yeah. Children don't know better, but it's still no excuse.
Adults still do it as well.
Now, if you are new to the channel, what should you do, Egil?
Press on the
old subscription bar and
right.
subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Get out of practice on that one.
I think we have about 50-50 when it comes to subscribe and non-subscribe watching our content. So
also, people leaving us a comment. It does take us a while to get back to you because I'm not joking. There's so many.
It can take either a couple of minutes or a few hours or a few days, depending how busy I am and what energy I have.
But I think that's about it.
Yes.